it's back-to-back Mountain West games now of an opposing team's really good scorer being able to find a rhythm against you guys. First it was Bradley. Today, obviously, it's Lucas. What are teams doing to scheme against you guys that you think are opening that up, or is it just guys making hard shots?
I don't think, I think what it is what you said in terms of back-to-back Mountain West games where the first 5 minutes we're down 12 points. Today we're down 15-3. So it's that element, because that element lends itself to what you're saying where, well, a guy like every team in this league is going to have a guy like this where, well, they feel good about themselves. They come in here feeling good about themselves. That's what I just said. Like I said, prediction-wise, whatever those prognosticators are, they don't have us winning a game the rest of the year. That's the facts, okay? And every guy in our locker room knows that. So then that means you have such a challenge every single night. So you got to be so prepared. And you got to be so prepared every day when it comes time for basketball, because the challenge we're facing here, right, it's embedded in terms of every team in this league that, well, they're going to beat Air Force. They're better than Air Force. They already come in here knowing that. Well, we got to knock that out of them. And first two league games, to your point, that's what we're facing. They come out 12-3, 15-3, both games. Okay, today we won the rest of the game 66-60. Okay, yeah, but in those opening 5-6 minutes, Lucas, who's a really good player, they feel good about themselves. They don't have any angst in their body. We didn't put anything into them. They go, oh, man, this is hard. Well, same thing happened the other night. Same thing happened today. So that's what the whole league season is about because, well, that's the Mountain West Conference. It's what it is. We got 8 teams in the top 100 in the net. You know what I mean? So we have to know that, understand that, and then when you know things and understand things, that dictates your behavior. That dictates how you go about your business. And since we've come back from Christmas, I've been a little, I haven't been so happy with what I've seen at certain times. And that's what we have to address, because until such time as you knock that out of them, knock that attitude out of them, knock the attitude out of them that they're better than you, which through the years they have been. Okay? But that's what we face, and we have to adopt that, have that, because that's what makes guys not have good games against you. It's oftentimes how you start is the way things keep going. And that's what we have to learn from these first 2 games.
How difficult can morale become as a coach when it's like it's one thing if you have a bunch of seniors taking these lumps, but when you have guys that this is their first experience for a lot of guys, even facing the Mountain West, to come out with some losses. I mean, how do you deal with that as a coach morale-wise when it's like, okay, we have a rough start, but there's still a ton of time left?
Yeah. I don't worry about any of that. Like I just said to the guys, when you love basketball, when you play this game to win and you play because you love it, right? Nothing bothers you like that. You know what I mean? When you play to win, when you prepare that way, right? You're up for the challenge. You're ready for the challenge. The challenge doesn't beat you. You beat the challenge. You don't meet expectations. I got high expectations. Always have. Right? I saw one of my former players in San Diego. I said, yeah, I got high expectations. He goes, you don't have to tell me, man. Right? I got high expectations. Right? And it's not to meet them. It's to exceed them. Right? And that's what our guys have to learn, and that's what we're trying to develop, right? And I just made this point to Jim Arthur. I think we have like the 15th youngest team in the country, right? So to your point, we have this really young group of guys, right, who are getting this kind of experience. And like I keep saying to them, you know how lucky you are? I mean, there should be such like an unbelievable gratefulness that I get to play basketball in the Mountain West, and I get an opportunity to make Air Force change, like prove people wrong. We've all been around people who are like that. You know what I mean? Like people that are consumed to prove people wrong. Like they're wired differently. Well, for this challenge, we're working to develop guys like that. We're working to develop these young guys into being that way. And sometimes, here, yeah, you're going to have to take your lumps. That's right. That's all part of the process, taking your lumps, right? What we have to learn is, right, we're going to take them and we're going to learn from them and we're not going to accept it, right? And we're going to keep going. And that's really what this whole league season is about for us, because they were young. We were young last year too. right? And we couldn't plow through it. You know, I mean, we couldn't do it. Well, that's what we're going to have to do, and nothing's going to be easy. Ain't nothing going to be easy for Air Force in the Mountain West. That's a fact. If that bothers you, you know what I mean, as a person, if you don't like that, well, then, you know, it's possible this could not be the challenge for you. You know, that's just, it's not for everybody, and that's fine. But that's what this process is for us. That's what it is for me, and I know how I'm wired. I know how I'm wired, right? And we're going to keep coming along that way to get this team to be wired that way, because that's how you meet this challenge. That's how you beat this challenge. That's how you welcome this challenge. That's how you relish this challenge, and that's how you are every day. And that is a process, and that is what this whole league season is going to be for us.
You guys had that run, I think it was 9-0 in the first half, and then right coming out of the halftime, you had another little run. But outside of that, it seemed like the rhythm wasn't there. What did you feel like was really holding you guys back, specifically offensively?
I mean, they were playing good defense. We weren't moving the ball as much as we usually do. And it's hard when you make a good play and back on defense, they make a better play and they score, and it's hard to get on a run. And I think that's what happened.
How frustrating is it when, okay, you're getting these little runs, but it seems like every time you look up, the lead is still 10 or 9 or 8. That lead is kind of always multiple possessions. Can it get really frustrating in a game when you just don't seem to be making a ton of ground?
It's really frustrating, and it makes you start playing bad, making dumb turnovers, and doing stuff you're not usually doing. And I think that's what happened today.
With Lucas out for the year, I mean, you guys saw it's like some of the size that's going to be in the Mountain West is going to be really hard to compete with. How much is that going to have to be a team-oriented kind of struggle trying to battle other bigs? Because you guys maybe don't have that one guy anymore that.
Yeah, he's a good player, number 50, and it was tough to guard him. And when we were guarding him, he was just killing us, and we have to work as a team with our scout and work on stopping it, because when he got inside, he scored, and then when he did get inside, pass it out.
Jake, I know pretty much throughout the year you've found success, whether it be shooting, driving, kind of you've had success, but as an offense, it seems like you guys are still maybe looking for that second, third, just kind of rounding out that starting five as far as scoring goes. What do you feel like you guys still need to do to get everyone on the same page, where it could be you one night, it could be Ethan one night, it could be to get that roll going? What do you feel like you guys still need?
I think it's just confidence mostly. I think everyone on our team needs to be confident, shooting the ball, driving the ball, everything we do. And just running our stuff. That's what I take pride in, just listening to Coach Scott and just trying to run everything to perfection. And I think if everyone just locks in and does that, then we'll see improvement.
You guys had that great run coming into conference season, 8 wins in 9 games. Now it's like, okay, these are really hard teams to go against. Was it kind of a wake-up call, or have they kind of been what you expected coming into these first 2?
I mean, obviously we know, the people from last year know, like, conferences will step up from just non-conference, but some of the freshmen obviously seeing that now. But we just had to get back to work and just know who we're playing and just be better.
How difficult is it when an opposing team not only has a guard that can put up points like that, but also one of those bigs down low that is bigger than anyone you guys have? How hard is that on defense to kind of curtail that?
Yeah, it's tough. Just trying to limit threes. That's one of our things we try to focus on. Obviously, number 2 and 50 are both great players. But if we just lock in on the scouting report and just listen to what the coaches say, I think we could be better.